From New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, it's Wendy's summer block party, and the one and only Jennifer Lopez is here, opening up about life and her new CD, AKA. Plus, Wendy and Jennifer go head-to-head in a game to find out who knows more about J-Lo. And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Summer's right around the corner, and I'm glad that you're watching. Thank you. Say hello to my co-host, my fabulous studio audience. You look terrific today. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Listen, you won't believe Taylor Swift's crazy dating rule. I must say I have to agree with her. And the Real Housewives of Atlanta were told to shape up or ship out. It's a little late for that, isn't it, Bravo? And Kim Kardashian is obsessed with a new body part. We've got the proof. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for what? You got it. Okay, but first... Thank you. Wow. First, I just want to say welcome to my summer block party. Yeah. The first day of summer is Saturday, and of course, the one and only Jennifer Lopez is here. And I would like to shout out to Jennifer's mom, Guadalupe, who's in the front row. I love that. Well, let's talk hot topics. Okay, so the stars of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, well, you know, they're getting a little too big for their britches, many, and they need to have their egos in check. So Bravo has stepped up. Producers are reportedly sick and tired of their diva behavior where they don't want to perform a scene with this one and they don't want to perform a scene with that one. And they, you know, when these franchises do this, first of all, Bravo, I don't understand why that wasn't in the contract from the gate when you do these housewives shows. You know, it's like Nene, I'm sure doesn't want to do scenes with Cynthia, but remember Nene and Cynthia were very, very close at one point. And Nene, you know, the Bravo people have checked. This is the only money that she's making at this particular point. The only $1 million paycheck, you know, on TV that she's making at this point. So, you know, it's not like she can exactly make these demands, she or any of them, you know. And I'm sorry, but I know that Portia attacked Kenya, but I want to see them film together too. That's part of the juice, isn't it? Or not, but the point is that if they're going to be on TV, then they have to give the people what they watch for, which is conflict and ridiculousness. And they should send a memo to all the franchises from now on, just in case anybody gets out of line. Everybody will, you know, film scenes with everybody, and nobody's going to be a diva with exceptions to the rule. So, you know, thanks. You know, now that Kim K has done so much to her butt and her face. If you're like me, you're wondering, well, what body part could she be obsessing over? What's left? Well, she's obsessed with her cleavage. Yeah. And, you know, there are several outfits where she's got it all out. Let's just go through the pictures and cackle together, will you? Would you look at that? Okay, come on, give us some more. Uh-huh. Notice how, okay, wow, she's smiling. Shut up, wait, hold on, they're both smiling. I don't mean shut up, I just mean, wow. Wow, look at them smile. Okay, let's show some more. Because there's one where she was pushing baby North right here in Manhattan. Look, North is in the baby basket. They're in Manhattan. She's walking down the street, boobs out. I don't get it. This wasn't Kim before Kanye. I guess that Kanye is changing her looks. Kind of like, a project of hers, or of his. That was a slip. I would be okay with this if I thought it was her choice. Not okay with the boobs out, but just okay with, okay, well, whatever floats your boat. If I thought that it was her choice. But I honestly think that she is like under a Svengali's rule. She's being hypnotized. She's done away with her curling irons. Now look, now listen. Listen, she's done away with the curling irons. For the most part, when you see her, she has a center part and it's tucked behind her ears. This is what the old Kim looked like before more booty mess and, the curling iron was working and all that other kind of stuff. Ugh. All right, let's move along. Poor Kim. Poor Kim, trapped in the castle with a madman. Aaliyah's family is furious over the upcoming Lifetime movie about her life. Well, we were talking about this the other day on Hot Topics, and I think it's terrific that they're doing this movie about Aaliyah. Her life was cut short. Her plane went down in an untimely fashion, and she was only 22 years old, the private plane. There was too much luggage or something or another in it, and that's how she met her untimely demise. But, her family is angry. This is the new information about it, because the other day I was just giving you the story, but now the new information is that her family is angry that no one from Lifetime or the production ever contacted them about the movie. I'm kind of shocked at that. I guess you don't need people's permission to make a movie about them. I don't think. I don't know the rules, but it is kind of dirty that nobody called the family, at least left a message on the voicemail or something. So the family is upset because the family feels as though TV is too small for a tribute to the late Aaliyah. But what I will say to Aaliyah's family is the same thing I told Whitney Houston's family through the TV. TV is the new bee's knees. This right here that you're watching, this TV, has more strength than the box office. Because at the box office, and Aaliyah, again, would not be the first big star to have this story played out on TV. Why that Liberace movie was the best thing. That movie could have been 5 hours, and that was on HBO. And then, of course, the Liz Taylor movie that Lindsay ruined, but never you mind. That was on Lifetime also. And the Whitney Houston movie, the Houston family's upset like Aaliyah's family. Like, we think that Whitney is too big to be on TV. But everything is on TV these days. Even Steven Spielberg is producing and working with Halle Berry on Halle's new show that's gonna be on TV. TV is the business, Aaliyah's family. Now, Aaliyah's family is saying, we're gonna block Aaliyah's music since you all didn't get in contact with us, then you can't play her music in the movie, and we own that, so we're gonna block it. I don't care. Like this is still a story that can play even without the music. I know you all wanna hear Rock the Boat and stuff, but listen, go buy the old CD. What we wanna hear, what we want to see is the Aaliyah story. We want to know what really went down with R. Kelly. And, and how his ex-wife, Andrea Kelly, who's on that LA Housewives show, how did this whole thing rock the Kelly household? That's what I want to know. I can listen to Rock the Boat in my car on the Sirius. but I want to know the story. Do you know what I mean? And the one thing I don't want to see, and I was telling you this, I don't want to see the actual plane crash. I don't want to see that part. But I want to know, what all was going on in Aaliyah's love life, and what all was doing. And they can block the music if they want. I'm still watching this movie on Lifetime. We haven't talked about Taylor Swift's love life since January 2013. Do you want to know why? Because at that time, she and Harry Styles broke up, from that One Direction. That's One Direction, right? I'm cool. I know stuff. Harry and she broke up, and she hasn't had a boyfriend, to the best of our recollection, since January of 2013. And we do a lot of digging here, so if we can't find it, it must not be that she has a boyfriend. But, Taylor Swift says that she looks for one very important thing. I'm sure several things, but there's one thing that's very important for her in a man, and that is that he must love food. Now, see, I know. Well, I've always heard that she's obsessed with two things. She loves antiquing, and she loves cooking. And she makes her guys food, not just food, but she cooks. So you can imagine making them food. And she confessed that she can't date guys who are on diets. She also confessed that she has, slaved in the kitchen and made a great meal, for some of her boyfriends. They say, oh, I don't want to eat that, I'm on a diet. I don't know, after you've been with a guy for a period of years, and if his weight spins out of control, or if all of a sudden he wants to lose a few pounds, then that's fine. But to meet a guy and then he tells you he's on a diet, like within the first couple of dates, that's kind of a turn off to me. I'm turned off. And I spent much of my dating career thinking that guys wanted girls who ate like birds, and order a salad and then you dip your dressing in. And until I met my Kevin and realized that no, girls, guys like women who eat. And for the most part, they don't mind, some meat on your bones, but they don't like that fake thing. Like, I remember our first date, I ordered a salad. Stupid, I know. I ordered a salad. I can't tell you the last time that I ordered a salad and only a salad for a meal at a restaurant. Restaurants are my favorite place to go. I'd be your worst date. I order like 5 different entrees. It's a luxury, because I love my food. But yeah, guys like women who eat, and women like guys who appreciate their cooking and eat too. And Taylor. Dr. Dre is an extremely generous tipper. Well, he's got it. Remember, he sold his Beats headphones to Apple for $3 billion. Yes. Well, recently he was at the Mondrian in West Hollywood. That's where a lot of celebrities frequent. And I don't know how much he drank, he and his crew, but he left the waitress a $5,000 tip. I think that is really good. I wish that I possessed that gene, like to over tip, I'm not an over tipper. I tip 18 to 20% of everything. That is it, and that's the way it is. Like, my husband is an over tipper. But, 18 to 20%, first of all, that's all that is expected of us, and I get it. He might not tip like that all the time. He might have been at that bar to celebrate with his friends. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule where I might have over-tipped. I can't think of those exceptions right now, to be honest with you. But and if I do, maybe just a couple of dollars. If I don't have a 10 and all I have are two 20s, then I'll leave, instead of just asking for the change and leaving $30, I'll leave the $40. But that's not an over tip. That's just, well, no, that's just me being lazy. And do you think that this sets a precedence now that people know that Dr. Dre is, a big tipper like this? So every restaurant you want to work his station or something? I don't feel as though people should be expecting, people in the service industry, I don't feel as though you should be expecting that Dr. Dre is going to tip like that all the time. And the only reason why I can justify that I don't over-tip, for the most part, the 18 to 20% is what I tip, is because I'm always pleasant at the banquet. Always. You go to a restaurant, you sit down, you have a meal, people that work in waiting tables and stuff, chances are they're waiting table to get to a different station in life, whether it's pay their way through college or, get their first acting job or something like that. I think the worst thing that you could do is be nasty to your worker, and I don't care how much you tip. Like for me, because I'm a foodie and I'm allergic to nothing, I even eat the gluten. Look. Listen. If you bring me the wrong food, I'm the girl that'll eat it anyway. Because I don't want to give you a hard time and ask you to take it back. Or you know what? I might eat that or doggy bag it, and then I'll order the correct thing for you to bring out. Very pleasant, because restaurant people have one thing that I am frightened of: spit glands. Right? I don't play. So, Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory? Yes. Well, her marriage is already in trouble, maybe. Well, she's 28 and her new husband is 26. No, he's not an actor. He's some sort of tennis pro, but not like Venus and Serena or John McEnroe, but some sort of tennis player. Have you ever seen him before? Does anybody follow tennis? Do you know who this is? Okay. Well, he's from Florida. And Kaylee is in California, where she just recently purchased Lamar and Chloe's house. I think she paid like $5 million for it. And then she wanted to burn sage in it so that, well, people do that. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Excuse me. Look, and she wanted to burn sage in it to ward off all the bad luck that Chloe and Lamar had in their marriage. Well, Kaylee married this guy, Ryan, after only knowing him for 6 months of dating. Problem number one. They've only been married for 6 months now, and Kaylee reportedly is furious because Ryan's trying to hang out with her friends without her. Now, see, I don't think it has anything to do with being insecure. I just think right is right. Do you hang out with your man's men friends when he's not around? Right. Are you okay with your man hanging out with your girlfriends when you're not around? Nope. Nope. On account of, I see the way they look at his shoulders when he walks out of the room. I don't trust one of them. Oh, I hate to say I don't think these two should have gotten married, but I think that under the circumstances, this is what happens when you marry too soon and you haven't lived enough life. Let me explain before you start blasting me through the TV, like you do frequently. Okay, so he moved to LA for love. That's problem number one. You don't move anywhere for love. You move because you've secured a job, and then perhaps you move for that love. I think that he should have stayed in Florida, and he should have spent some time, way more than 6 months, flying back and forth to LA, learning whether he likes the lifestyle, learning whether he, what he feels about Kaylee. And as of right now, there are no problems in their marriage, but I can just see where him being out in LA and being bored, and I've never lived in LA, but people tell me that, it's hard to make friends out there because it's not like New York where people are walking down the street and meeting at the bar for drinks. In LA, everybody's in their car driving, and the place where you go have your drinks is usually at somebody's house. Like you have friends and they have those big fancy outdoor living room sets. That's the only thing I hate about Jersey. I mean, if there's one thing that I hate is that, like, you can't have a couch outside year round. Like in LA, it's all just so beautiful. Anyway, he needs to learn how to make friends, and I don't know how you teach him because, listen, he's a sports player, which means that he probably was barred from a lot of the regular things that you and I went through when we were kids, learning how to make friends and get along with others. You know, when these kids are, you know, locked on a tennis court or like Tiger, locked on a golf course or something like that, they don't have the same social skills. So I don't know what to say except for learn how to make friends and leave hers alone. And I'm not saying that it can't work for, you know, somebody who's 28 and 26 to stay married after only knowing each other for 6 months, but the likelihood is really small. I do believe in marrying after 6 months if you're 45 plus. Yeah. Because there's something about being seasoned in life and knowing what you want and knowing it that maybe it would work if they were a little bit older, staying married. Not to say that they're not gonna stay married, just that he needs to make his own friends.